All right, we're back now with Reeve Andrews. Thank you so much for being here.
You're so welcome.
The snow, you trekked through it, you made it.
I did.
We're so appreciative. But okay, so my first question for you is, how did you get into hair in the first place? Is this something you always wanted to do?
That's interesting. To be honest with you, barbering kind of found me. My mother was a hairstylist, and so to be honest with you, growing up, she missed, as a hairstylist, you work Saturdays, you work late, and so she kind of missed a lot of my life, like sports and practices and games, because she had to work so much. So I really didn't want to be a hairstylist like her at first. And then I tore my ACL playing football when I was 13 years old. So I was only in like 7th, 8th grade when I tore my ACL. And that kind of got me out of sports. And I grew up poor. And I knew I needed a job to go through college with if I wanted to go to college. And I didn't want to be a bartender. So I had the opportunity in high school to learn a trade, which was cosmetology. They didn't have a barber program back then. So I went and did cosmetology so I could do hair as a freshman in college.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Well, it seems like it's working out for you. I mean, you're cutting Cignetti's hair, the basketball players.
Sure, yeah. Sometimes a negative is actually a positive. We just don't know that yet. And so I encourage everyone, if a negative kind of arises, to actually just take a break and look around and find that positive that's around it. And it could lead to really great things like cutting Coach Signetti's hair and some of the best people in Bloomington.
Yeah, definitely. So we were talking a little bit before we started the interview about how you even got Signetti as a client.
Right.
So can you kind of talk us through that?
Sure. Your work is powerful. So, I try to do really good work on every one of my clients. No matter who's in my chair, they're all paying the same price for a haircut. So why treat anyone differently? You should treat them all the same. I was very blessed to be cutting Brian Walsh's hair, the assistant coach to Mike Woodson, a couple years ago. His best friend growing up was Mike Shanahan, the new offensive coordinator who came in under Cignetti. So I was able to cut Shanahan's hair, did a great job with him. And guess what? Your work speaks volumes. So then all of a sudden Tina Sinceri called me because he wanted a haircut. And then Derek Owens called me wanting a haircut. But I don't really take new clients anymore. So I was like, hey guys, there's only one coach I want now, and that's Coach Signetti. And by God, 2 hours later, he hit me up. And he's the only client I've ever had to actually interview me to be his barber. And I just thought that was, at first I was like, whoa, who is this guy? You know what I mean? But he just laid out the law, what he expected out of me. And he gets his haircut super early in the morning. He might text me late at night on a Tuesday saying he needs a haircut Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. And if that was something I was able to accommodate for him, and luckily I can. And so I took my shot and I said yes. And for 2 years now, I've been able to watch the rise of the IU football team and Coach Signetti firsthand.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. All right, so in the interview, you said to be a cool cat, you have to be a cool cat.
Yes.
What does that really mean to you?
I think in the end, if you they're humans, it doesn't matter who they are, how much publicity they're getting on socials or on TV, is just to treat them like human beings, because that's who we are inside of all of us. So it's just, if you're gonna be a cool cat, just be a cool cat, and just understand that they're not above you. So just be equal with each other and treat them as equals. And that allows the true connection of humans to come alive, is when you just kind of treat him as a cool cat because you're a cool cat.
Yeah,
kind of
awesome. Definitely.
Yeah.
So is there anything about Signetti that might surprise people?
He's actually just a very genuine, nice guy. I know he kind of comes off as pretty stern and just laser focused, which he is, don't get me wrong, but he really is a very nice human being and cares about you. And there's not really many other people around when I cut his hair, but the times I have, he'll take a moment to make sure he shakes her hand, looks in the eye. And what I love about Coach Signetti, he always asks a question about that person, just to make them feel important. Where are you from? Or how long you been in Bloomington? And I just noticed that's a true leader and a true person when you kind of just take the time to extend your heart and thanks, because again, these people are very looking up to this guy, and he's just over here looking up to them. And I just think that's something I love about Coach Signetti, is how he just takes the time to be a good person, even though he's such on a pedestal right now in Bloomington.
Yeah, definitely.
So I know you said earlier, you said that the one coach you kind of wanted was Cignetti, but is there anyone else that you would say is maybe your dream client?
So I don't take new clients right now. I have a wonderful staff at Barbershop who is willing and ready to cut anyone's hair. Unfortunately, I just don't have I'm so busy right now that's hard for good clients to come in. But I'm saying Mark Cuban,
Oh, yeah.
John Mellencamp,
Yeah.
Carl Cook from Cook Pharmaca. I would love to have him. And besides that, I'm pretty solid with where I am right now in barbering. But like I said, my barbershop's always willing to take new clients. We have a great staff who cuts hair even better than I do. So if you are interested in a haircut, look us up. So
I'm going to tag Mark Cuban. I don't know if he watches the show. He might. You never know.
Yeah, no.
He could pop up on his Instagram feed or something one day.
I've given him a business card once, and he put it in his pocket. So my business card was in a billionaire's pocket one
It
time.
might be floating around his house somewhere. You
never
don't
know.
Somewhere,
know.
yeah.
It could be in a
Just
drawer.
gotta-
He
anywhere.
could just be waiting.
Water that seed a little bit. So.
So if anybody wants to find you on socials, what's your at?
At Bent Hair is for my barbershop. I'm just Reeve Andrews, I think. I don't really remember my Instagram. I personally try not to use socials too much, though. Bent Hair is the main one to book online and see our staff and see what's going on at my shop.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, we'll put that in our post as well. But thank you so much for coming to talk to us
welcome.
today.
I appreciate it, and I encourage you guys the best. And everyone tap into these ladies and Mike in the back, and you guys are doing some amazing things here.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
I really appreciate it.
All right. Well, students, if you're feeling under the weather, there's a surprise waiting for you on campus.
That's right. We'll tell you where to get it after the break.